Yes, sir. It's your boy Yeynot Gaming bringing you a new content series, Preseason Preview, which I'll be picking a few 2K League teams and going over the thoughts on their key moves over the offseason, whether it be draft picks, changes, and also providing some predictions as well. Everything being based on their preseason acquisitions and decisions. So let's get into it. Now with Lakers Gaming, they did a really good job over the offseason in terms of freeing up some space to get some good draft picks throughout the draft. So with the number one pick, they did get crazy, and with the trade from Sav going to Heat Check Gaming, they were able to get Reese the God, which is the contending champion from the last year's Wizards DG team. So with those first two picks, I am not have anything bad to say about it. The interesting pick that a lot of people kind of get on is a 24th pick with Ohio. With Ohio playing a lot of two guard in next gen ball. He wanted to get drafted as a two, but ended up getting drafted as a point guard. Maybe Lakers are seeing something that he doesn't see in himself quite yet. He struggled a little bit last year with the Pacers, but this year he was able to play with Dominican Republic, looked really good in the FIBA tournament, and current gen he looked good at point guard. Also look good at the two. And we also seen some ball handling out of Reese that got over the last few years. So, worst comes to worst, you can switch those guys out. We also don't have a great look at the 2K League build from the outside looking in yet. So who knows? I mean, Bohio could get comfortable with bringing the ball and working out with the ball with the pick and roll at the point guard spot. And they also got two other picks, one at 38 with Cease. Cease is one of those guys I did not know too much about going into the season, but I looked over some film, saw some highlights. He does bait really well out of the corner. High IQ when it comes to drop and sit on the corner pass, and curious to see how good he would be on the offensive end. I haven't seen too much of him actually scoring the ball and being able to take over the game out of the corner, but when he was playing with Hitless, he does play out the corner defense really well. And he also got Bobby Buckets, which is a teammate of Ohio from Pacers Gaming from last season, who is also an exceptional power forward, and also played a little bit of lock over the course of the current draft, and current gen and next gen play. And with Bobby, it could see him kind of run a lock at Crazy play the 4. We see Crazy run lock, and C's played the 4. So I'm interested to see exactly what they do. But I think they'll come in and have a better impact than they did last season out of the gate. And that's why I kind of give them a draft grade as a B-. I think they drafted really well, honestly. Everybody goes over the Bohio pick, but Bohio, and even though he struggled last year with the Pacers, I'm like, this is his year to turn it around. And he got some really solid pieces around him too as well. So with Tactic playing center over there, he being retained from last year, he's gotten really better out of scoring the ball and being more aggressive. Saw him doing some post spins, being able to trigger those contact dunks, and I think he's able to pick up from where he left off last year. So we'll see what happens there. Now, with all that being said, going into season 4, I think this is the most talent we've seen in the 2K League at once. So the Lakers are definitely in for a handful with all the great things that have been kind of molded together over the offseason. See some interesting teams that you might look at and think, maybe they won't be good, and then they'll end up being pretty good. And vice versa, teams that looks really good on paper and they might not pan out the way you think. So with this Lakers squad, I do think that Bohio is going to play better than the people, or even himself, imagine he's going to play. I think he's going to be better at point guard position than people give him credit for. He's definitely going to put the work in. Hopefully, the Lakers are going to be playing on better servers. I heard they're going to do a conference this year, so maybe we won't have to run into a lot of the playing East Coast servers as much. So with all that being said, I think my record prediction for them will be 8-8. I think they're going to be in the hunt for a playoff spot. I know the magic number is number 10. They might have to get it out of the ticket. I think they're still going to struggle with some of the better teams, but I also think some of the weaker teams in the league they're going to be able to take care of, especially having good guys on a roster like Reese the Guy, Crazy, and Tactic, who are really specialized in their position. Also, Cease being one of the players that we don't know too much about, who's going to be one of those talents that kind of spring up out of nowhere, like an Idris to go, or like a I can't even think of another person right now, but like somebody like Idris, where they're better than what you give them credit for. So, and I think he's going to prove that himself. And then having Bobby either at 6-man or having him play in to fill in either lock or the fourth spot is still puts him in a good spot. So I'll have them at 8 and 8. Well, that wraps up my rundown on Lakers gaming going into the season 4 season of the NBA 2K League. I appreciate everybody who came through the video and watched the entire thing. Like I said in the beginning, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and just stay posted on any 2K League and Pro-Am content here going forward. Feel free to hit me on Twitter as well. My Twitter ad is yeynotgaming. And if you want to add me on PSN, it's also yey, Y-E-Y, not gaming. All one word. I appreciate y'all coming through. Y'all take it easy. Yes, sir.